Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the business news here on MiddayLive. My name is Alfred Akansi. Let's go on to our first story this afternoon. Deputy Director of the Africa Center for Energy Policy, Benjamin Boakye, has indicated Parliament should by necessity pass the Petroleum Exploration and Production Bill, which is before the House by the end of the year. The launch of the 2015 Africa Oil Governance Report in Accra. He explained failure by Parliament to do so will mean the whole process will have to be restarted.
The new Petroleum Exploration and Production Bill was laid before Parliament in 2014 but has not been passed. Deputy Director of the Africa Center for Energy Policy, Benjamin Boakye, stated Ghana is not benefiting from contracts that have been awarded under the existing Petroleum Management Act 2011, Act 821, and the Local Content Law.
Whilst it remains a bill, we see contracts being signed. We have built 2 FPSOs have already come in, and we have one that is also going to come in next year. One FPSO is about 8 football size. We'll be able to put that together, and just about 90-page document we've not been able to put together. It tells you the interest at play. Parliament also sits there, they bring a document that big, and they rush it through, and in 3 days it is passed. Sometimes they suspend their own rules, as if the oil is running away, to anywhere. And all those contracts that were rushed through since 2014, some of the companies have not even moved to site.
The Africa Oil Governance Report looked at 18 member countries of the Africa Petroleum Producers Association. The report focused on identifying and highlighting efforts African countries are making to ensure good oil governance, resource management, fiscal management, transparency, and accountability. According to a policy analyst at Africa Center for Energy Policy, Linda Ehunu, disclosure of information as beneficial owners of oil blocks was zero.
When it comes to the mandatory disclosure of contracts, as well as the adoption of free, prior, informed consent, it's not yet a widely accepted practice in the continent. All the 18 countries have at least adopted one anti-corruption provision. But when it comes to the mandatory disclosure of beneficial ownership, it's a huge gap there. The distribution of oil revenues to affected communities is not yet a well-accepted practice in the continent yet.
The report recommends a mandatory disclosure of a right to information legislature, beneficial ownership, and contract information. According to ASEP, in spite of the progress in the extraction of oil and gas, Africa leaves the irony of the oil case, where the abundant resources have rather established a link between oil wealth and underdevelopment.
Well, tourism agencies are stepping up efforts to ensure adequate security and quality service delivery in the hospitality industry. Tourism and Security Initiative Ghana, TOS, in collaboration with the Ghana Tourism Board, has set up a stakeholder deliberation aimed at maximizing revenue generation in the tourism industry.
The wake of heightened global insecurity and terrorism attacks in neighboring countries have made it necessary for the various tourism agencies to give maximum attention to security measures. It has been suggested that police posts be established at various tourist sites across the country. The chairperson of the Tourism and Security Initiative, Doreen Owusu-Fianku, narrated how tourism and the security agencies have helped in the development of tourism in the country.
I wouldn't say not much has been done, because you see a lot of police visibility now everywhere. It's part of the advocacy that we've been making.
Deputy Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Jifa Gomashi, said tourism should be a collective responsibility.
The threats that the world is facing right now is not the preserve of any particular country. And so we are interested in what the world is doing about security for the world space. Whatever countries are doing, we have to also be doing it in preparedness.
Greater Accra Regional Minister Ni Laye Afoteagbo, who spoke on behalf of Vice President Parkwisi Emisarafa, encouraged stakeholders in the tourism sector to develop strategies that will guarantee positive results. Chief of Mla Hilme Traditional Area Division, Nane Nagai Kasa the 8th, lamented terrorism is having a negative impact on tourism.
Well, some traders at the Mile 7 and St. John's New Market have deserted the market, trading around the St. John's bus stop off the Accra and Soham main road, oblivious of the risk to their lives. Stanley Nee Bleo reports that passengers and motorists are forced to compete with traders for space.
Some traders are doing brisk daily business at the St. John's bus stop of the Accra and Soham main road. Traders had displayed their wares on the pavement at the bus stop. Passengers and motorists plying the stretch compete with the traders for space on the pavement when they reach the bus stop. A trader, Mary Oforiwa, who is still at the St. John's New Market, said other traders deserted the market due to a squabble over leadership positions.
Some of the traders have gone to the roadside because they wanted to get more clients. We have been to the authorities at Amasaman to sack them, but we have not succeeded.
But the traders at the roadside denied the assertion, adding that the designated market is not conducive for their activities.
We know that the bus stop is not a market, but lack of space at the main market has forced us to sell here.
Meanwhile, traders at the main market want their colleagues operating by the roadside sacked to prevent the unfortunate from happening. Francis Frimpong, a taxi driver at the area, blamed the Gan West Municipal Assembly for contributing to the traders' stay at the roadside.
The traders say the Gan West Municipal Assembly has permitted them to sell by the roadside because they buy tickets from the assembly.
However, the municipal's chief executive for Gan West, Sam Atukwekwe, in a telephone interview said the assembly will collaborate with the Motor Transport and Traffic Department of the Ghana Police Service to move the traders from the street next month to ensure road safety.
All right, so that's it for business this afternoon.